welcome back everybody to the David Braley Athletic and Recreation Center. My name is Harrison Myers. I'm joined as always with the ever so charismatic, ever so intelligent Matt Dandrew. Matt, playoffs continue. The women's team, after last week's victory, it was the other team couldn't show up?
I don't know. It was a bit of it was a forfeit, so a bit of a bye week for our women's team. But nonetheless, they're back in the D-Bark today, ready to go, going up against Lampton, who won 8-8 in this season. And it's also a big week for celebrations here for the Mountaineers program because we have a bunch of awards, and we're going to have a ceremony here for Maddie Anderson, the first Mohawk Mountaineers women player to win the OCAA Player of the Year since the 1990-1991 season, Harrison. So she's going to be honored today. Coach Mihai Raducanu winning back-to-back Coach of the Year honors, and Malik Dwahi winning 6th Woman of the Year. And Joanna Smith, second team All-Star. There's so many, I almost forgot one.
That's absolutely unbelievable as we look at the tail of the tape. So definitely 8-8 record for Lampton. Not bad, as we've seen records sometimes not really showing the truth about teams, and looking obviously at the stats, everything inflated for the Mountaineers as they've been pretty much dominating every team we've seen. Last 10 games 9-1 with that one loss coming at home. We are almost getting ready to go. As you said, Matt, we'll have our nice opening ceremonies to honor some Mountaineer women. So we'll take a quick short break, and we will be back with the first quarter of action.
Slide by.
Hello everyone, welcome inside the David Braley Athletic and Recreation Center for OCAA women's basketball quarterfinal action between the visiting Lambton Lions and your Mohawk Mountaineers. Fans, we ask that you now direct your attention to the center court for a special presentation. This past week, the Ontario Colleges Athletics Association announced its 2025-26 women's basketball award winners. Both Mohawk College and Lambton College want to take this time to recognize the award recipients and honor them for their tremendous seasons. At this time, I'd like to ask Lambton head coach Janine Day to please come to the center court to present the certificates to the Lions award winners. Now, our first recipient had a very impressive rookie season with the Lambton Lions. Over time, her game has evolved tremendously, and a testament to the discipline and dedication that she brings to every practice and game. The extra hours, attention to detail, and commitment to self-improvement have translated directly into consistent performance and noticeable growth. This honor not only recognizes her impressive rookie campaign, but also marks the beginning of what promises to be an exceptional rookie career. Named to the OCAA West Division All-Rookie Team, number 4, Lillian Bernard. This next recipient, over her 5 years with Lambton, has established herself as one of the top guards in the OCAA. A truly fierce competitor, she thrives under pressure and elevates her performance when it matters most. As Lambton's point guard, she has started every game of her 5-year career. This season, she was second in the OCAA for minutes played per game, averaged 14.1 points, and had 42 steals. Her career is highlighted by OCAA silver medal and gold medals and a CCAA silver medal. Regarded as the heart of the Lions, her leadership, composure, and dedication have been instrumental in shaping the team's culture and success. Put your hands together for OCAA West Division Second Team All-Star, number 1, Maddie Bishop. Let's give one more round of applause to Lambton's 25-26 award winners. Next, please welcome Mohawk's Director of Athletics and Recreation, Matthew Ferreira, to present our first award to the Mohawk team. Our first recipient is the first Mohawk women's basketball coach to win this award in back-to-back seasons since Mountaineer Hall of Famer Earl Begg did so in 1989, 1990, and 1990-91, guiding the Mountaineers to a 15-1 record and to a West Division title. Please welcome 25-26 OCAA West Division Coach of the Year, Mihai Adicanu. Now it's Coach Mihai to remain at the center court for the next 2 awards. Our next recipient is a year removed from being named to the OCAA All-Rookie Team. She has only continued to improve this season as the first player off the bench for Mohawk, averaging 9.1 points per game on a 48.5 shooting percentage. Put your hands together for the 25-26 OCAA West Division 6th Woman of the Year, number 4, Malik Dahawi. This next student athlete is playing her 3rd OCAA season and first with the Mountaineers. She is averaging career highs with 14.6 points per game on a 46 shooting percentage, along with 2.5 assists and 2 steals per game. Named an OCAA West Division Second Team All-Star, please welcome number 2, Joanna Smith. Our final award winner, we would like to welcome a special guest to help with the presentation. Please put your hands together for the Mountaineers Hall of Famer and OCAA Hall of Famer, 3-time OCAA champion and 2-time CCAA All-Canadian, Tracy Hudson. Tracy is the last women's basketball athlete in Mohawk history to be named a CCAA All-Canadian, having done it twice in 1987-88 and 1990-91. Fans, we will need you to get loud for our final award recipient. Playing in her 5th season and 3rd as a Mountaineer, this athlete ranks 4th in the OCAA with 17 points per game and is tied for 4th in three-pointers made and averages 7.2 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 2.4 steals. She was the headliner for this year's OCAA Awards, the 2025-26 OCAA Women's Basketball Player of the Year, West Division Player of the Year, West Division First Team All-Star, and a CCAA All-Canadian. Fans, get on your feet for number 33, Maddie Anderson. If we could now please ask both teams to line up at their respective. We're going to allow teams to have some warm-up time before we start our pregame presentation. Thank you.
second team All-Stars, and Maddie Bishop and Joanna Smith on the court today. Obviously, we had that nice ceremony, all the players getting honored, both of them being recognized, and both players who run the point guard position, Harrison. So it could be a battle of the point guards as we get ready for the anthem here. We'll have to see what kind of impact they make on the game.
Now, if I could ask you to please rise and remove your hats if you're able to for the playing of O Canada. And now here are the starters for the visiting Lambton Lions. Starting at guard, number 1, Maddie Bishop. Starting at wing, number 5, Cassandra Newcomb. Starting at guard, number 10, Simone Wilson. Starting at wing, number 12, Ava Grant. And starting at forward, number 24, Jordan Britton. And the head coach for the Lambton Lions is Janine Day.
All right, we are ready to go at the D-Bark quarterfinal action. The Mountaineers were not able to play last weekend, Matt, because of a forfeit due to health reasons, not from the Mountaineer side, as we are underway against the Lambton Lions, as Bishop, one of the players that was awarded today. Many players actually on both teams getting awards of their own, and the layup is good to start off right off the bat. Simone Wilson with a beautiful finish overall over Sophie now. Bringing it up for the Mountaineers, tried to find Drain, but it's past her fingertips. So the Lions take it right back, but it seems like the Mountaineers, Matt, will go into that press.
Just like we've seen them do time and time again, a little bit out of sync there on that first possession, and the one thing we have seen them struggle with, the one time they lost against Humber, was the big crowd and kind of the atmosphere maybe getting to them a little bit. So we'll have to see if they can settle into their game early on. It'll be a big help against the Lampton team who's hungry for the upset.
Lions able to get out of the press break. Lefty layup, no good from Ava Grant, and a foul called. That time on Jordan Brighton. Mountaineers will take back possession. As you said, Matt, last time, I wouldn't say that maybe the pressure got to them, but a different atmosphere, something they're not used to.
And they're defending champs, so we know they can handle pressure. It's just the one kind of hole in their game that we've seen is when the D-Bark was pretty much as full as it is today. It did change, like you said, the atmosphere in here, and so far they haven't been able to find a bucket in the opening minute.
Brighton off to Wilson. Wilson back to Grant. Jumper is good from Brighton, and an early 4-0 lead for the Lions. Smith gets it immediately, attacking and lays it in.
There's Joanna Smith, who we highlighted pregame.
And Anderson with the steal, does keep it alive. Finds Smith again. Her layup is good, and just like that, we're tied.
Double dipping Joanna Smith off of a Maddie Anderson steal, picking up the first 2 points and tying this one up in a matter of seconds. So early woes seem to have worn off.
Bishop with the jumper, it's good, and this game is looking like it's gonna be a barn burner as Smith, again with it, kicks it out, but it's given away. And now here come the Lions once again. Wilson attacking, and a foul call, so that'll send her at the line for 2.
So a rapid couple of possessions there, points being traded, and the 2 players we highlighted, Maddie Bishop and Joanna Smith, getting on the board here early, as after all the dust settles, Lampton's back up a couple of points. Lampton coming off of a win over George Brown in the opening round. They did play last week, unlike the Mountaineers, as we've mentioned, with the unintentional bye week due to the forfeit. So maybe they're a little bit sharper and fully into playoff mode, where the Mountaineers might have to elevate their game in the first few minutes here just to get up to speed.
Good defense from Anderson, gets a piece of that one. That's what I was about to say, Matt. Maybe that week off doing more harm than good. I did see the Mountaineers having a practice in the D-Bark before the men's game, as Anderson, the MVP, with the layup, and the lead back down to 1.
Just like you said, the MVP, and she's so dominant on the inside and shooting the 3-pointer, so she can get going, and she picks up another steal. That's 2 already for her, and she's feeding Joanna Smith again.
Smith, the layup, it's good, and the Mountaineers have the lead. Smith and Anderson.
Maddie Anderson having an MVP-type performance already, just a couple minutes in, giving Mohawk their first lead of the game.
Timeout called by the Lions. I think head coach
Janine Day.
Hey, Janine Day. I think she called a timeout, but then said, I don't know. And I think it was a timeout because the Mountaineers press has been very difficult to get through Madden. Wow, this game got off to a quick start.
Yeah, I mean, that's an understatement of the century right there, but I think she called it because Maddie Anderson got hot, and that's the last person, I mean, literally the MVP, Player of the Year, Canadian CCAA, you know, All-Star. The accolades go on and on for Maddie Anderson this season.
How many awards? Is it 3?
And there's someone else who's got picking up awards and picking up points here is Joanna Smith. As Maddie Anderson helped her get 6 points in quick order after what looked like might be trouble for the Mountaineers early on. Maybe looking a little bit flat-footed coming out of the gate, like we said, maybe a little bit rusty after that basically 2 weeks since their last game, but thanks to Maddie Anderson and Joanna Smith, we're back on top and hopefully rolling despite the timeout maybe killing some immediate momentum.
Yeah, I mean, usually you don't start the game, we could have a nice conversation, talk about what's going on. Nope, not this game, as the Lions, give them credit, they came out ready to play. The Mountaineers did match that energy, maybe something we didn't see in their one loss this whole season, Matt. It's now back underway. The Lions do escape the press, 3-pointer up. Short that time, Smith able to pick up the rebound from Cambridge's missed 3. Now Sophie finds Drain down low. Drain, layup, can't roll, all over the rebound. Her second chance, no good. Third chance, and she's fouled, so she'll get a chance at the line for 2.
The Lions looking a little bit outsized on the interior right now, as the Mountaineers have had ease getting these lead passes with players cutting into that interior of the paint. And Kendra Oliver there picking up a couple of offensive rebounds. Couldn't make that first free throw fall, but right now they're winning the battle on the inside against the Lambton Lions.
Looking at this line team, they're definitely undersized. There's only Brighton really the only one standing in Oliver or Anderson or Tiffany Williams' way. Oliver misses both free throws. Shot clock winding down. Sophie layup off. Rebound collected by the Lions is now Wilson attacking. She'll back off. Wilson looking for Bishop. Pass across to Cambridge. Bishop, long three. Short. Oliver able to deflect the rebound away from Brighton, and now she'll go the other way. Smith now with it. Smith. Outside to Drain. Drain resetting to Sophie. Sophie to Oliver. Oliver to Smith. Smith. Drain for 3. No good. Rebound collected by Brighton. Loose and picked up by Cambridge. Now Bishop the other way. Addie Bishop. Outside, once again, it's Simone Wilson. Back to Bishop. Bishop attacking the much bigger Anderson. Layup, no good. Oliver the rebound, and things have now dried up a bit offensively as Anderson in a mismatch against Bishop. She'll go in. Loses her dribble. Kicks it out to Drain. Drain attacking. Oliver fakes the 3. Takes the jumper and makes the jumper.
Too smooth from Kendra Oliver. The bait and switch, taking the step inside that 3-point arc, and nothing but net on that shot.
Making up for her 2 missed free throws is now Bishop. Trying to get through the Mountaineer press and does. Cambridge pulls up for 3. No good. Anderson can't get the rebound, but it's off the hands of Bernard.
Seems like Lampton came in with a game plan to shoot from beyond the arc, and so far it's been pretty dry from that distance, minus the first bucket they scored, the second bucket they scored, but Mohawks had some great perimeter defense. And they're, unfortunately for Lampton, seemingly settling into the game that's been so dominant for them this year.
Anderson attacking, foul called. As Williams, sorry, jump ball. Williams is checked back into the game as well.
Maddie Anderson adamantly disagreeing with that one, but the Mountaineers will retain possession. Tiffany Williams, like you said, just checked in. She'll get the inbound duty.
Sophie now with it. Anderson, 4-3. No good. Rebound collected by Newcomb. Newcomb to Bishop. Still only a 3-point lead for the Mountaineers. Grant and a travel call. Drain was right there with the pressure. The Mountaineers take possession right back after a very hot start for both teams in the first couple minutes. Things have started to slow down. The Mountaineers only up by 3, but feels like the game a little bit in their favor. As Williams kicks it out. Anderson fakes the 3. She'll get called on out of bounds. So the Lions get it right back as both teams committing not necessarily faulty turnovers, just
mental mistakes.
That's how the game goes.
And you saw Maddie Bishop get switched off of Maddie Anderson there by Janine Day, and maybe they're recognizing that mismatch.
Bishop jumper no good. Grant with an absolute amazing effort to get that rebound. Now once again Newcomb. Newcomb to Grant, long 3. Short, Williams the rebound. She'll slow things down, finds Drain. Drain to Sophie. Sophie now. Guarded closely by Cambridge. Sophie with the spin to Anderson. Anderson almost loses it, keeps it. Foul called. Shot won't count, but foul is on the floor, so no free throws for Anderson. Drain coming out as well. Seems like both teams have made subs due to fatigue as this game came off to a hot start. Wanzan getting her first minutes of this one. Now here's Williams, kicks it out. Smith, pull up three, no good. Both teams struggling from three to start as Johnson is fouled by Williams on the transition foul.
Just a little bit too aggressive there from Tiffany Williams. A little bit late, kind of an awkward angle for her to attempt to steal there, and it's an easy call from the trailing referee.
I think the hot start has made every team want to come out as strong as they can as Bishop with the layup, in and out. Grant the rebound, her second effort is good, and it's a one-point game again. Ava Grant, who's been all over the offensive boards for someone definitely not as tall as most players would be, she's been able to get more than her fair share of rebounds. She almost picked up a steal right there. Anderson on the inbound. Mountaineers looking to get back that three-point lead. Williams kicks it out. Sophie open for three. Short. Rebound Anderson. Her second effort, no good, but a foul call, so she'll be sent to the line.
She shot over 80% from the free throw line this year, so she'll try to break that dry spell of points after the Mountaineers surge to a 10-7 lead. There's been some mounting frustration on the Mountaineers side from the refereeing, but they'll be pleased with that one as Anderson gets the first one to fall.
Anderson makes both with ease. Lead back up to three as a sub coming back in for the Lions, their rookie of the year. Lillian Bernard, definitely a name that we'll be hearing and seeing plenty of in this game, Matt.
Absolutely.
Bernard, very closely by Smith. The press continues for the Mountaineers. Kicks it out to Johnson. Leah Johnson back out to Maddie Bishop. Bishop finds Grant. Grant back into the sidelines as Sophie trips. Bernard with the jumper. What a shot over Williams, who was all over her. Good defense, better offense. Now Smith comes back the other way. Williams makes her move, kicks it out Gwanzan. Anderson, pull up three. No good. Rebound Bishop. Bishop almost loses it. Does. Smith will let her pick it back up. Bishop to Williams. Sorry, Johnson. Aaliyah Johnson. Tries to play it down low. A battle for the loose ball. And a foul called on Sophie.
Bit of an awkward collision there. Sophie just trying to make a play as the Mountaineers desperately look to end this re-swinging of the momentum back in the favor of the Lambton Lions.
That one down low to Brighton, almost gets stolen away by Williams. Brighton kicks it out to Bishop. Sophie swats it away with 5.8 on the shot clock. Another sub made by the Lions as Grant will come back out, this time for Alexis Hines. 5.8, definitely wouldn't want to commit a foul right now, man, as you would want to force the Lions into what could be a difficult shot.
Get them to the three-point line. They've not shot the ball well from there.
As Bernard with the jumper, they did not count it as a three. As the Lions retake the lead. Wanzan in the corner. She attacks. Her layup, no good. Rebound collected by Hines. Hines hanging on that time as she almost lost it as the Lions try to take a bigger lead. Johnson layup is good. A beautiful move as the Lions, as you said, Matt, have taken back momentum. Sophie maybe tries to answer. Johnson reaching in just a little too much.
After it looked like we were going to start seeing that trademark Mountaineers blowout start to build, this Lampton Lions squad is putting up a fight here. Sophie headed to the line now in the bonus. The Mountaineers haven't made a field goal, I think, at almost 4 minutes. A couple of points from the free throw line, but it's been tough sledding. They have also struggled from the three-point line. Have not had one fall yet with a number of attempts so far in quarter number one. See if they can change that in the dying moments.
Only loss of the season, Matt, came to inconsistencies from shooting the ball. Bishop down low. Brighton with the layup, it's good. And the lead back up to 3. So far the Mountaineers have played much better than that loss. Anderson with the screen. Sophie attacking. Kicks it out, Anderson. Anderson back out to Sophie. Sophie gets another screen. Shot clock starting to wind down. Sophie attacking, goes for the layup. No foul call, but she goes down hard. Multiple subs for both teams, each making one. Drain coming back in as well as Cambridge for the Lions. Smith will come off for a break.
Yeah, and the one thing we've said outside of that Humber game has not been a ton of adversity. I know it's still extremely early here, but right now, Lampton is going to make Mohawk work for this win. As another miss from three-point comes, so we're going to have to see them click into that playoff gear and get this game back under control and back into the lead.
Feels like whoever starts making threes first could pull out the win in this one. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Lions up by 3, Drain with it. Williams pulls up with the jumper. Short, Anderson goes for the rebound, foul called. And she'll get a chance at the line for 2 as right now really the biggest thing hurting the Lions is foul trouble. The Mountaineers are in the bonus, and if they continue to shoot free throws as good as they've done all season, Matt, this is going to be costly.
Yeah, that's one thing. They've led the West Division and the whole OCAA in almost the entire year, and see Maddie Anderson with a rare miss. But I think it's just the Mountaineers being really aggressive on the offensive glass. They've kind of been winning the box out battle, and it's forced Lampton to make one too many reach-ins, and that's why they find themselves in the bonus, or the Mountaineers in the bonus.
2-point lead again as Bernard outside to Cambridge. Cambridge attacking Drain, goes for a layup, no good. Brighton picks up the rebound, but it's just off the hands of Anderson. So the Lions keep possession on the sidelines. Bishop will inbound. Screens coming either way, finds Hins. Kicks it out, and Dahawi with the steal, but she gets it stolen away. Now Bishop with the long 3. That one off, rebound to Hines as the offensive glass continues to be dominated by both teams. Both teams struggling to get defensive rebounds, while offensive rebounds, they've had them plenty now.
I'll check Kendra Oliver back in the game, maybe to remedy that situation, as she is a force on the interior and was good in the opening minutes of this game. See if she can do more of that here, as Mountaineers still trail by 2 with probably the last possession going on right now.
Bishop's pass deflected by Oliver. Anderson tries to play it out to Oliver. 5 seconds to go. Williams will heave it. No good as the game clock runs down. After 10 minutes, a 2-point lead for the Lions, 17-15. Definitely a close game. That's something kind of expected.
Yeah, not exactly the game. It kind of seemed like we were going to have a repeat of their previous matchup this season when Mohawk started to take control, but then Lampton just won't go away, and they deserve to be in the lead. They're playing tenacious playoff-style basketball, offensive rebounds, like you said, aplenty for the Lampton side, and they're just playing a grittier game right now, and grit is kind of the identity of this whole Mountaineer program, so Mohawk's going to have to find a way get themselves back in the lead, and I'd like to see them get Joanna Smith a little bit more involved in the offense. When they did have the lead and they had their swing of momentum with the pendulum going in their direction, it was kind of in the hands of Joanna Smith offensively. Maddie Anderson obviously generating a lot of the turnovers, but feeding Joanna Smith is certainly never a bad idea, as she's one of the best scorers on the floor right now.
Full court press was working well, but fatigue as both teams, I think that hot start, constant running on both ends of the court definitely slowed things down as the game started to settle in. Shooting struggles of both teams, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, as usually the first team to get going with the threes is usually the one to pull away, and it can be very difficult for a comeback to happen.
Yeah, the Mountaineers fortunate to, and Lampton frankly fortunate too, neither side has gotten hot like you said, but particularly Mohawk, when they have struggled taking care of the basketball, not turning it over, to not have those threes falling for Lambton has kept this one very close. And they're still well within reach, and we'll see. This could be a tale of two quarters. Maybe Mohawk finds their game, and I think just playing a full 10 minutes of consistent basketball and not allowing the game to go back and forth so much where you can't really settle into a real rhythm. Because we know once Mohawk gets going, they're a hard train to stop. I mean, they'll just pour it on. And I mean, even the last game they played that we saw against Sheridan was an insane blowout where they were on the verge of breaking the record. So it's been almost a month since they've been in like a real battle, real hard-fought, contested basketball game. And I think they just have to kind of get their feet wet a little bit, and hopefully they got that done in the first quarter, and now they can remember who they are, which is a championship basketball team.
Slower start for the Mountaineers, probably due to the fact they didn't play last week. There's a foul call that time on Drain, sending Bernard to line for two.
Lampton faithful here. The support section for them is well traveled. Obviously outnumbered by Mountaineers fans, but for a playoff game, you'd expect lots of family and friends making the long trip. I don't think we saw Maddie Anderson leave the court in the first quarter, and she's going to get a break now. Joanna Smith checks in for her.
Smith checking back in, both free throws good from Bernard. Sophie hands it off to Drain. Drain trying to find Williams, can't. Does find Oliver. Oliver finds Williams. Williams in a mismatch, ball gets swatted away. And the Mountaineers keep possession.
And you see Coach Mihai Radikon who's pleading with them to squeeze the basketball. He's just has not liked seeing how often there have been loose ball opportunities. Luckily, the Mountaineers retained possession on that one.
Drain for three. She's got it! A rainbow! The net still hasn't come down, as that one looked like the most perfect three-pointer you'll ever see, as finally someone makes one.
Put that one in the textbook.
Put that one in the dictionary for perfect three-pointer. Green release for sure, as Bishop returns fire almost immediately after no one can make a three. Now everyone is finding confidence as Drain. Started by Bishop. Trying to find Oliver Williams. Finds Oliver. Kendra Oliver attacking. Layup is good, and the lead back down to two.
A couple of back-to-back really good possessions for the Mountaineers, but Maddie Bishop, who is a fifth-year player, probably the most experienced player, well, definitely on the Lampton side, did come up with a response on the last possession. We'll see if she has anything in her bag of tricks here.
Bishop. Pass across to Wilson. Wilson back to Bishop. Bishop fakes the pass to her. Attacking. Down low, Wilson. Her layup no good. Brighton battling with Oliver for the rebound. The Mountaineers take back possession. With the Howie coming back in after a not so great first moment, Matt, but as the sixth woman of the year, you know Coach Radikanu is not going to keep her out of this one even after one mistake.
I got to take him out after a turnover like that, but yeah, like you said, a player of her caliber not going to stay in the doghouse very long, especially in such a huge game where they're trailing still.
Sophie, jumper, short. Rebound collected once again by Wilson. Wilson ahead to Grant. Grant attacking. And a foul called as she goes down hard. The Lions repeat possession off the foul with an inbound. Grant now with it. Smith right on her. Grant kicks it outside to Wilson. Wilson, pass down low to Brighton, swatted away by Smith. Lions still with possession. This is what the Mountaineers are going to have to do, Matt, defensively. Got to shut down a whole Lions offensive unit. A whole 24 seconds as Grant on the inbound. That one no good. Smith with a quick pass ahead to Dahawi. He'll slow things down. Oliver kicks it out to Drain. Oliver again with it. He'll attack Brighton. Takes the jumper. Drain. Oliver again from Sophie. Oliver, jumper, in and out. Unlucky for hers. Probably 9 times out of 10, that one goes in. And out of bounds goes Wilson. Great defense that time, coming from Sophie. The Mountaineers, after the unlucky miss from Oliver, get the ball right back.
Just have to get into their set a little bit quicker there. It looked like a little bit too much time to get off the clock, and although it went in and out, it was not a great shot selection from Kendra Oliver, but she didn't really have much other choice.
Smith now with it. Shot clock winding down, and a foul called on Brighton, and that's definitely the woman the Mountaineers want to get in foul trouble. Probably the only one that can match Williams and Oliver in sheer height and strength. As Quanzan coming back into the game, as well as Newcomb.
And another player I don't think we've seen really leave the game very much at all. She'll come off now, like you said, leaving a bit of a hole in the middle of that Lampton defense, at least for the time being.
Drain on the inbound, does find Smith. Smith attacking, kicks it out to Drain, gets deflected away by Wilson. Both teams seemingly knowing each other's offenses very well, as points have been hard to come by for either team.
Well, third matchup of the year, and both of them have gone in the way of the Mountaineers, but the second was much closer than the first, which was a big blowout.
As Oliver with the 3, as the Mountaineers take back the lead. After no threes for really either team in the first quarter, everyone has found their form, and miscommunication between Bernard and Newcomb. So the Mountaineers say, thank you very much, we'll take it right back.
Yeah, now is when you have to attack and be efficient with the basketball. You are back in the lead, you got a free possession. You have to find a way to build a bit of a comfortable lead.
Smith in and out again. Foul called on either Smith or Guanzan. This time on Smith. So a missed layup, as the lead will not go up by more than 1, as the Lions on the inbound will keep possession. Get it back, sorry. Bishop on the inbound. Finds Cambridge. Gianna Cambridge, guarded by Drain. Cambridge outside to Wilson. Wilson attacking and lays it in to give the Lions back the lead. Back and forth affair. Drain with it now. Screen from Dahawi. Drain loses her dribble. Tried to find Glanzan and gets swatted away by Wilson. As Anderson getting ready to come back into this one. Mountaineers have probably been lucky not to give up too many turnovers, as the Lions have only been able to swat away passes that could very well have been intercepted.
They're still in a +2 turnover differential. Like you said, a couple of missed opportunities from Lampton getting the ball on some of those plays.
As Oliver goes down hard, seemed like she may have just slipped. May have been pushed down as well, a bit both ways. Tough call for the ref to make, so we'll give him
benefit of the doubt for there, yeah.
Definitely, looking at the rebound, as it did not look like a clear foul. Once again, it's Wilson. Tried to play it down low, but Smith able to deflect it. We've seen that from both teams so far. No points scored in the last maybe minute and a half. Bishop, if I remember correctly, played every minute of the game that we commentated last night. I'm sure she'll play every minute in this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, she is their heart and soul for sure. The captain, the 5th year is Malak. Oh, and now Dahawi
Dahawi
gets the block, but I think she was, I thought she got called on a foul. She just wanted the possession after.
What a block from Dahawi. As another turnover forced by the Mountaineers. Can they get the lead back on track? But that pass by Drain out of the reach of Oliver, and now Bishop comes the other way. 3-on-2. Bishop with the layup. It's good, and the Lions take back the lead. Anderson now with it. Finds Smith. Smith attacking. She gets blocked. Grant the rebound off her hands. Picked up by Newcomb. Newcomb does a great job to dribble through, and now Bishop with it. Bishop slows things down. Now she attacks. Takes the jumper and makes the jumper. The lead back up to 3. Timeout called by Coach Radakane. As the Mountaineers, after making a comeback of their own, now find themselves back down again by 5.
It's been just tough for them to build a lot of consistency and rhythm to their offense today. And Lampton, to their credit, making a lot of good shots, shooting over 45% from the field. And if you're Mohawk, I think you should have to take a deep breath and act like you've been here before, because you have. You've been in the playoffs, you've won in the playoffs. You know it's not a straight line. It's going to have its peaks and valleys, and right now you're down. It's only 5 points. But when you look at the body language on either side, Lampton maybe even looks a little too comfortable now, and Mohawk looking a little bit drained. No pun intended, as we see Sydney Drain on the screen there, but they just need to find a way to regain some of that that mojo, that swagger that they have, because when they do turn it on, they are such a scary team. There's a reason we have all these all-stars and the player of the year that we're looking at, Maddie Anderson. This team has confidence, you know, an abundance of it, and they just need to find a way to tap into a little bit of that right now and pull themselves back even, and hopefully get out of this half back in the lead.
Feels like they just need to move the ball a little bit more to create better looks. See what they come out with after that timeout, and they do just that. Anderson with the cut, can't make the layup, battle for the loose ball as her and Grant both go down hard. Lucky for Anderson not to have made that layup.
And it's a little bit of luck. We've seen a few of those kind of plays where we had Joanna Smith a couple possessions ago miss a pretty routine layup. Just the finer points not quite as smoothed out as we're used to seeing.
Bishop down low to Grant. Grant back to Bishop. Bishop attacking right. Steps back for 3. Sorry for 2. Rebound collected by Anderson off the miss. For the Mountaineers with another chance to cut back into the lead. Sophie sees a lane, attacks, gets blocked, is pulled down from the right. As Grant with a good block, but felt like Wilson may have gotten away with something right there. Let's have a look at the replay.
Vanessa Sophie certainly thought so.
Oliver can check back into this one.
Mihai Radakane making all kinds of changes, just trying to find the right recipe for players out there.
Oliver attacking Brighton. Her layup won't fall. Williams can't get the rebound over Grant. So once again, the Lions take back possession. Cambridge able to bring it into Mountaineer territory. Bishop now with it. Back to Cambridge. Now Johnson, Aaliyah Johnson. Attacks, spin move layup, back to Grant, blocked by Williams. Oliver with the block, but a foul called. And that'll send Brighton to the line for 2.
The battle on the interior between Britton and Kendra Oliver has been fierce all game, or Maddie Anderson or Tiffany Williams, whoever's been in there against her, and it'll be interesting to see how long she can stay in the game without getting fatigued, because like we said, she really is the only size comparable matchup for the Lambton Lions on the inside. And she's got a lot to contend with. You got 3 of the players that she could be matched up with on the floor right now.
She will go 1 for 2 at the line, making her second.
I believe we're seeing Selena Chung for the first time in a long time out there, Harrison.
I think she sustained an injury, but here she is. Has the size advantage against Bishop. Sophie now will find Chung immediately. She attacks. Her layup, no good, no foul call. She goes down hard. Oliver goes back in, foul, and one! Kendra Oliver. Finally, some points go the Mountaineers' way as a favorable bounce for Oliver. As I was surprised that Chung was not called there on her layup as there was tons of contact going down. Oliver will complete the three-point play as the lead back to 3. That's 2 subs for the Lions almost immediately after that as Bernard and Newcomb come right back in.
I feel like there's a bit of a chess match going on here between Janine Day and Mihai Raducanu as it's move, counter move every single time there's a substitution.
Bernard finds Wilson. Wilson attacking, foul by Smith. She just turned a little bit late. That'll send her to the line for 2.
Yeah, and you saw there was a bit of a jab step there that got Joanna Smith kind of caught behind that play. And that's a bad spot to be in, chasing from the back like that. Almost always going to run into foul trouble that way.
Wilson makes both of her free throws, lead back up to 5. Definitely starting to feel a little bit like the only loss the Mountaineers have had, Matt. The only difference is they are not down by a huge margin as Oliver misses the jumper. Can't get her own rebound.
Credit to Kendra Oliver, though. Right now she's playing with a lot of heart. That last possession we saw her, where she got the offensive rebound and then the and one, and that one, she's battling, and maybe that will kind of spread across this whole squad, because you can tell Kendra Oliver not want to go home in round number 2 of the playoffs.
As Wilson loses that one, and Oliver picks up the rebound with Williams. Now Sophie. Sophie in a foul called as she goes down hard. Definitely this would be a disappointing end to what has been a great season for the Mountaineers.
Lots of basketball left to go before we get there. But certainly not the way Mohawk wanted things to go to this point.
It's on the inbound, Chong finds Williams down low. Williams the layup, oh, it won't fall as the Mountaineers continue to struggle a little bit on their layups. As Bernard to Cambridge. Now Bishop. Bishop to Johnson. And a foul, offensive foul called on the push. So the Mountaineers take back possession after another missed bit of a layup. Hook shot is, you could argue they'd probably be in the lead, maybe only by 2 as it's been back and forth, but the game would be even closer than it is once the Mountaineers can figure out their field goal shooting right now.
I can think of at least 8 points off the top of my head right now that were left on the board in this quarter from missed field goals, but credit to the defense of the Lambton Lions. Not a free inch of space out on that floor.
It's Chong, shot clock winding down. Oliver with it. Oliver attacking, layup, no good. Williams the rebound, second chance, and finally something goes. Lead back down to 3.
Big point for the Mountaineers, big point for Tiffany Williams to get herself going a little bit here. So we know she can be a force when she gets things rolling.
Johnson played it down low to Cambridge, back out to Johnson. Johnson, Cambridge 4-3, short. Rebound collected by Sophie. Vanessa Sophie. Finds Chong, down low. Oliver turning, layup, gets it to fall, and it's a 1-point game. Kendra Oliver, the MVP so far in this one, Matt.
Yeah, she's played out of her mind with, like I said before, a lot of heart. And when you get matched up as Kendra Oliver against Maddie Bishop in the post like that, you have to attack the rack every single time, because that is a physical mismatch that you can't not exploit.
Newcomb for 3, no good. Oliver picks up the rebound and will play it immediately to Bishop. Both teams getting ready with some subs. Sophie to Williams. Williams, spin move, layup, it's good, and the Mountaineers have the lead. A 5-point swing.
And now things are falling, and this is the kind of game the Mountaineers started off playing, and they're getting back to it, and it's winning basketball. As Britton's not been on the floor, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was back in not after much longer with the way things have gone on the interior.
Newcomb for three, no good. Tong with the big rebound. As now Sophie brings it up for the Mountaineers. Tong gets it in the corner. Won't take the three. She attacks. Layup, no foul call. Rebound collected by Cambridge. She keeps it, and she'll attack the other way. Bishop to Johnson. 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. Cambridge back to Johnson. Down low, Newcomb kicks it out. Bernard with the jumper. That's short. Oliver the rebound, and that'll give the Mountaineers the maybe final shot in the second quarter. Oliver downhill, almost loses it. Spin move, jumper short. Rebound collected by Bernard. Bernard's pass deflected. Sophie picks it up. Anderson fakes the three. She attacks. Her layup won't go. Oliver, but a foul called as with 0.1 on the clock. Finally, a call goes their way, Matt.
And that was the gritty basketball that we've been waiting to see all game. As Kendra Oliver a little slow to get up, but appears she will stay in and take the free throw. And I have to say, I think it is Kendra Oliver who's the catalyst for this entire surge. She started raising the tempo, raising the effort level, and everyone followed. You can tell she's an emotional leader for this team for sure. And credit to the Mountaineers for coming out of, well, unless there's a miracle in 0.1 seconds, coming out of this half with a lead after it looked like almost a repeat of the Guelph, or the Humber game, excuse me. At a certain point, we were like, oh no, are we gonna go down that road again? But they have certainly quieted any of those doubts. And I think Lampton starting to, playing against this physical, big Mohawk team is just, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, and they're getting a little fatigued. They look a little tired. Had to take Britton off at the end, and look what happened as we get a look at Tiffany Williams there, who came alive after being kind of snake-bitten, shooting the basketball for most of that half.
Tale of two quarters. After the first, it was a 2-point lead for the Lions. After the second, a 2-point lead for the Mountaineers. What a playoff game we have for you. A huge crowd here at the D-Bark. We are going to take a quick 14-minute break until the start of the second half, third quarter. We will be back shortly with more OCAA playoff basketball.
Every other day is something fake. I'm just gonna paparazzi. He ain't listen, they tapping. They told me ain't got no budget. This ain't that and that ain't about nothing. I got rich, we got folks still struggling. I got bros you about nothing. I got no do about. I ain't did that. She ain't got no what. Money, brain problems. Okay, so what? You them too real. They caught me a road so I sit it back. They get a no version. Color nine with the stars and they got the captain seas in the back. I'm in the white paint with the red goods. I'm on other cars in the match. They be like, ooh, I've been traffic. Gotta put racing gas in my track. Get money, get money, get money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, all I do is get money, get money, get money, get money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money. How you make a whole quarter to back in money? Cause all I do is get money. Money through Sammy, money through money. It ain't no stopping. I was gon' fight. After my booking phone like I'm trapping. He a good rapper, yeah, but he capping. I treat my shows like I'm getting low. I gotta get off anywhere I go. Hop out alone, I'm in my zone. Most of this I can get on my own. Fuck credit for then my mama did. I really true to this. Now my mama kid, they probably please I bought me that other bill. I'm in the lemon from back in the summer here. I can't pay around cause I know it's real. And I know it's real. Get money, get money, get money. Get money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, I'm getting money, all I do is get money, get money, get money, And it's possible, I bet you catch like Beckham. I told Ruby, how about the feet? I sent him a message, like, if she got the will, I know we get in the way. What up, bro, when I'm on, I touch, we kill it, they box ain't game. Where you go, look, you cannot escape. And if I got the rock, I might pass it like CD Blake. 41 for the win, I've been scoring, I'm buckets like I'm Joey Lane. Throw it, if he's standing for what I got, that's swimming through all of their skin. It's a message for all of the trolls. They don't want people to pros. Bossy and Jim, and when I party, I think about Luke. All those guys I've been feeling like Snoop. This was the Ray Mac do. Like I've been walking up there like a troop. I've been blowing this like the bones of flu. Like that this one or that. Like I can't wait till I'm harder than you. Like if I can't get a goalie. Show Brooklyn with the crew. I see him moving like that. It's a lip in his book. I just don't know the God. We take it higher. This time to be TG. Crazy them BG. Got it. AGB talking too much. He ain't getting away. If you see me, better. We point folks to the we can't maybe G's. I'll love a little minute. They know I do what I want. Every scene from line. If you can't pay, I let it. Slide on the beat. I'm trying to see what's up. Like wait, I'm G's. Never on his clock. I would have full sliding with a 6 feet extra. Leave him in a right now. Comes a back up. Watch who call me a fart. Standing on business. Nobody on that front room. We pop up. But I'm massive. Can't be seen on that block. Well, first when you see you. This ain't no regular trip. We get on that front room. Trying to see if they turn on back box. I try to leave for the switches way deep. But the tools right back on the there's a hat box. Free booty. Niggas ain't really out showing niggas. I get tough for the things. That means catch me in trouble. Now it's no time for a flow. Ready, I'm trying to bust on a new nigga. Fresh shit, I'm doing like. they say I heard it. Now you got to flash me. Matter of fact, now you got to flash me. Post my triple daily just so they can see. Turn me up some more so my haters can hear. Brand new car is noisy. Come to it, you know it. You ain't gotta worry. Don't care about your boyfriend. See me ain't get nervous. I tell me that it's perfect. Work hard and it's time. And they say I heard it. Now you got to flash me. Matter of fact, now you got to flash me. Post my triple daily just so they can see. Turn me up some more so my haters can hear. 5,000 pounds in the trailer, I'ma get them out. Working on the avenue, young Pluto came up settled. The Constitution, they grew up in the drugs out. All this prostitution, you know it, love go.
Can I touch you? Why don't you trust me?
On the that good, she look at trust another team. I got white girls on me and I really lean. When I smell smoke, I turn to gasoline. On the ground like a UGK, but I'm supreme. Waiting spoon fed, we came on certain food. Hit my target every time like I'm shooting a beam. Ryan pick the president, I give him his wings. Street ain't be a king. 5,000 pounds in the trailer, I'ma get them out. Working on the avenue, young Pluto came up settled. The Constitution, they grew up in the drugs out. All this prostitution, you know it, love go. Smack up and pass it to my brother, then we toast. That I'm coming, Lamborghini, whipped up in the ghost. Millionaire, young and I get it out the porch. $1 million rocket, got it parked beside the Porsche. Pro digital sitting in a bitch bowl, super sport. VVS is invisible, shine on my own. Rips got me gone, got me feeling King Kong. Trapping at the house, keep on fire in the slow. High skills, like it was so form. Shorty on the jersey, rather go out and perform. I've been up and on that night, go away. We in that couple where that's all my day. On the got good, she look at trust another team. I got white girls on me and I really lean. When I smell smoke,
girl, show it off. It's a Brazilian, I know it's all. Toned up and she got a six-pack. Look like she used to play volleyball. Married to the special, you can have it all. Cold to the safe, you can have it all. Your main page, what's your Finsta? I wanna know the real you. You started dancing to pay up to week.
We are underway in the second half of action, third quarter. Both teams only separated by 2 points after the end of both the first and second quarter. Mountaineers up by 2, 33-31. Sophie to Oliver. Oliver attacking, jumper, short, gets her own rebound. Second chance, fouled, and she'll get a chance at the line. The MVP so far in this game, Kendra Oliver.
Yeah, adding to her 13 points and now 11 rebounds. So already had a double-double even before this half began. And she got all those points doing exactly that, chasing down offensive boards and getting into the gritty areas.
Already more points than Victor Wembenyama. When I went to see him, he disappointed me, but so far Oliver has not disappointed. She misses both free throws. Williams does get the rebound. Anderson now with it. Down low to Oliver again. Oliver, hook shot no good, so nothing falling for the Mountaineers. Similar to most of the second quarter until about the end.
Yeah, they just got into some good matchups, and honestly, it was good patience from the team all around. They didn't really lose their cool, despite having some frustrating stretches, and eventually their game started to work, and now they find themselves in the lead.
Grant misses from 3. It was obvious that strategy that worked well for the Mountaineers at the end of the second was moving the ball and moving your legs. That pass off the hands of Williams, no foul called again.
And of note, Jordan Brighton checking out of the game, picked up her 4th personal foul. So the player who was such an essential part of that interior defense is going to be on such a restricted availability now, just because she's already, they can't have her foul out, but now they can't really have her on the court. So it's kind of a catch-22.
We'll have to see what the Lions coaching staff decides. That 3, nothing but net from Inns. A beautiful shot from her to give the Lions their first lead of the second half. Sophie to Oliver. Mountaineers looking for their first couple points of the second half. Sophie, wide open jumper, it's good, and the Mountaineers take back the lead.
Take what they're giving you. And Sophie took a look and said, oh, you're not going to respect me? I'm going to shoot it right in your face. And she nets an important 2 points to get them back in the lead.
Both teams have had their struggles from the field. Wilson back out to Bishop. Bishop goes for the layup, no good. Mr. Holloway with the rebound. Now Sophie the other way. Sophie attacks, kicks it out. Smith, wide open 3, no good. Rebound, battle for it, down goes Hins as Smith called on the foul.
And we're going to start seeing Lampton really struggle in this rebounding game, I think, unfortunately, that was a hard collision. It was obviously an accidental contact, but it was a good bit of it from Joanna Smith. She's going to check out of the game now. She's sitting on 3 personal personal fouls herself. Most on the team out there.
Teams having players that are definitely important in foul trouble. Dahawi with the block. And it does go out of bounds. Lions keep possession, but Dahawi with their second block. We usually don't see her getting blocked. Usually we see her getting rebounds and playing defense, but she, against the more undersized Lions, already has 2.
Tenacious defense.
Bernard, guarded by Dahawi. Passes and stolen away by Sophie. Sophie now pushing pace. Cross Anderson. Anderson attacking, laying, no good again. Struggle from the Mountaineers on what usually would be routine layup, for that one thrown away, so maybe a bit of luck going their way to take back the ball.
Yeah, a couple possessions back to back now that Lampton's pretty much just thrown the ball away, and if they're not going to take care of the basketball, the Mountaineers might be able to break this game open really wide for the first time. They'll have to put the ball in the basket a few more times to do that.
Sophie is fouled. Shot no good, but she'll get a chance at the line for 2. Feels like the Mountaineers can start making these layups, Matt. As you said in the previous quarter, they probably had 8 points that they just probably should have had, but could not get.
Now they're 0 for 3 from the free throw line. So another area they're now leaving points on the board, and on an area they're usually superb at.
Sophie does make the second, so the lead back up to 2. Bishop with the inbound to Newcomb, back to Bishop. He'll bring it up for the Lions. Addie Bishop takes the handoff. Thought about the step back 3, now keeps dribbling. Finds Newcomb. Newcomb attacking, kicks it back out to Hins. Hins attacks, goes for the layup and gets it to roll, so we have a tie game. Sophie quickly up the court to Anderson. Anderson, long outlet pass to Dahawi. Dahawi to Oliver, fakes the 3. Now Ross with it. Ross, she attacks, her layup no good, and Hins the rebound. Hins gets pushed down. Foul called, so the Lions take back possession.
That's the first personal foul from Dahawi today, so no threat of her getting in any trouble, but I thought Tiffany Williams might be subbing in for her, but she's returned to the bench, so for the meantime, the 5 will remain out there.
Mountaineers have continued to struggle from the field. Have looked much better defensively as Wilson's layup no good, Oliver the rebound. Now Ross, Sophie. Thought about kicking it out, holds on to it for the moment. Sophie, down low to Anderson, makes the move, layup, she is fouled, so she'll get a chance at the line for 2.
I'm not sure how Vanessa Sophie got that ball from Addie Anderson. It looks like it might have gone through a Lampton defender there.
Really putting the needle into the thread, heading the needle to perfection.
Addie Anderson picking up her 6th point there with that made free throw. Bit quieter since the opening few minutes, but that's indicative of maybe the entire team's struggles throughout the back half of the second quarter.
Definitely is, as well as her role as a vocal leader. As even though she may not be putting in the points, she has been great defensively and has been continuing to communicate. As the press break is good. Grant goes for the layup. Oliver right there. Second effort no good, as maybe it's just something wrong with the rims. I'm obviously kidding. The rims are very nice, as both teams have just had their struggles. Maybe the defense, maybe the crowd getting to them. Sophie kicks it out. Dahawi, 4-3. No good. Rebound collected by Wilson. Ross able to tip it away, but a foul called. The Lions keep possession. Cambridge coming back into the game now. Williams and Drain coming back into the game as Cambridge comes back in. Cambridge now with it, guarded by Anderson. Cross to Wilson. Wilson off the screen. Jumper in and out. Dahawi with the rebound. Now Sophie with speed. Sophie plays it down low to Williams. Williams almost loses it and a foul called, and they'll be okay with that as the Mountaineers keep possession as it goes down to the sidelines.
3 players trying to guard Tiffany Williams there. As with that mismatch of size that we keep talking about, you're going to need multiple bodies in the paint, especially with a dangerous post player like Tiffany Williams.
Sophie now attacks. Layup, no good. Another miss, does go out of bounds. Luckily, Sophie did not touch that one, so the Mountaineers keep possession. 7.1 on the shot clock. We'll have an inbound. The layups just can't fall, man, as really for either team. It hasn't been one team struggling, it's been both teams as Grant comes back in for Newcomb.
This one's just been so hard fought. You have to think just those plays that seem so routine, seem so simple, just become that much more difficult when every single step of the way is contested and every inch of the court has, oh my goodness, Maddie Anderson.
As Anderson bonks it off the other Maddie Bishop, couldn't get the layup to fall. Now Dahawi fakes the 3, she'll attack, kicks it out. Sophie for 3, won't count. As a foul called as the Lions pick up another one as Anderson with, the rare, I don't even think, sometimes that can be seen as disrespect. That wasn't disrespect, that was just an option that was available.
I think she was just being an opportunist. I don't think she was trying to embarrass Maddie Bishop. She just recognized she was the best option for that pass.
I think the defense that both teams have played has definitely become a mental block for either team when they're taking layups. Both teams have struggled on what seems to be easy ones as we have a look at that one. Even Anderson there, good defense from Grant, but probably makes that 9 times out of 10. Now Dahawi with her second free throw will make it. So it is now a 3-point lead after missing her first. A bit of a press for the Mountaineers. As Bishop inbounds to Cambridge. Drain staying right with her. Cambridge off to Johnson. Aaliyah Johnson. Back outside to Hins. Hins for 3. High arcing, no good. Anderson picks up the rebound. Now Sophie. She'll slow things down. Down low to Williams. No help for Hins. Williams can't get it to fall. Off the fingertips of Johnson, and Bishop picks it up. Now Bishop. Outside to Hins. Down low Grant. Grant turning layup, no good. Anderson picks up the rebound. Sophie now with it. Both teams still can't find a basket. Anderson attacking, go for the layup, foul, so she'll get a chance at the line. And now these fouls, even though the Mountaineers have struggled from the free throw line a little bit, Matt, these are starting to add up, and these are points they could very well pick up.
And now Simone Wilson in a bit of foul trouble herself. She picked up her 4th there. So this Lampton team that's already a little bit strained roster-wise is going to be just even more limited in terms of their options. And the Mountaineers finally get it to a 2-possession lead with those 2 free throw makes.
5-point lead, and it feels like a 50-point lead with how this game's been. It's been difficult for both teams to go on runs. It's Bernard to Johnson. Made her move a little bit early, but does pick it up. Aaliyah Johnson attacks. Jumper no good. Dahawi with the rebound.
Dahawi has been incredible defensively in this half.
After one mistake in the first quarter, she has made up for it tremendously. As Williams to Sophie. Sophie open for 3. No good. Williams the rebound. Second chance, no good. Drain with the rebound. She has it swatted away through the legs of Williams. Now Sophie picks it up. Dahawi. Drain open for 3. Short. Dahawi the rebound. Her layup, foul. She's just going to get it to fall, but it'll send her to the line for 2.
Everything but a made basket on that possession, Harrison. And this Mohawk team starting to bully this undersized Lampton squad a little bit on the inside. And it's become a physical affair, and that kind of favors the Mountaineers' size.
And that definitely shows from the free throws the Mountaineers being in the bonus. Holly does miss the first. Second free throw will fall, so she goes 1 for 2 again. Timeout called by Day and the Lions as they find themselves down by 6. Probably the biggest lead of the game for either team, as the Mountaineers have found their game plan. Even though they've continued to struggle with some layups, credit the Lions defense, they have been able to dominate the offensive glass through grit and hard work, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's the biggest in terms of the number. I think it's also the biggest lead in terms of significance, in terms of where we are into the game, how it's gone. Right now, the Mountaineers are playing real playoff basketball. This isn't going to be a pretty win. I think that's out of the window at this point. Nobody's thinking we're not having our 3-point barrage. No pretty passes. Nothing of that sort's kind of been working today. And what has been working is kind of just playing a little grimy, playing a little bit, in those getting to those areas that nobody wants to go to, picking up offensive rebounds, forcing baskets no matter how many times it takes, get to the free throw line. The free throws aren't even falling. If this team's not scoring from the free throw line, that this isn't a typical Mohawk Mountaineers women's basketball game. And I like the way they've adapted, and they're not trying to force their game. They're just doing what they need to do in this game to win.
They've definitely adapted, and it has shown to start the second half, third quarter. Still 3 minutes to go in this one. A bit of a zone from the Mountaineers, as now it is Bishop. Down low to Johnson. Johnson pass swatted away by Sophie. She says absolutely not to that one to Grant.
That zone defense, that worked exactly as Radikanu could have dreamed to draw it up as trap sort of develops and Lampton falls into it.
Bernard finds Grant. Grant stuck in the corner. Finds Johnson. Shot clock winding down. Johnson layup is good. That's finally the Lions end a Mountaineers run. Lead back down to 4. Oliver into the corner of Drain. Drain to Smith. Smith trying to make her move. Kicks it out. Anderson. 4-3. No good. Battle for the rebound. Johnson falls. Does find Cambridge. And now Cambridge up with speed. Sophie off her hands as she just couldn't collect it, but the Mountaineer defense continues to thrive.
Yeah, doesn't get the turnover, but breaks up a fast break that could have been an easy couple of points or 3 points for the dangerous Maddie Bishop.
Johnson. Outside Bernard. Back to Johnson. Now Bishop. She fires the 3. No good. Anderson the rebound. Sophie now with it. Quickly up to Drain. Sydney Drain back to Sophie. Vanessa Sophie. Down low to Oliver. Kendra Oliver. Hook shots. No good as both teams continue to struggle from the field. Now Johnson picks it up. Johnson with the layup. No good. Battle for the rebound. Anderson collects. And now Sophie quickly up the court to Smith. Smith. Her layup is good as something finally falls. Lead back up to 6.
Joanna Smith getting on the board finally after a long drought, something she's not accustomed to. And good heads-up play from Vanessa Sophie to identify Smith driving to the net ahead of Maddie Bishop, and Joanna Smith using all of her length just as Maddie Anderson did there.
The zone defense continues to thrive as this time Anderson does pick up the steal. Now for 3. Short, can't get her own rebound. Bernard quickly up to Cambridge. Fast break chance for the Lions. Cambridge attacks. Sophie swats it away. What a defensive quarter she is having. Similar to basically the entire Mountaineer team that's been out there. The defense has improved. Tahawi, Sophie, Anderson thriving in the zone defense, Matt. Something we don't usually see. Usually we see a press or more man, but clearly the adjustments that we talked about have arrived and have thrived so far. Bishop. Top of the key, guarded by Ross. She has it stolen away. Grant at her feet. Smith dives for it and picks it up with 3.2. Mountaineers take back possession. The defense is smothering.
I was just going to say smothering, swarming, suffocating. Pick a word out of that, synonym dictionary of terms, and it can apply to what's going on right now. The Mountaineers are proving why they are a championship caliber team. As long as they can maintain this pace and this sort of aggressiveness, they should have no problem winning the basketball game.
Sophie down low to Dahawi. Dahawi tried to kick it out, but a foul called, so the Mountaineers keep possession, and she'll be sent to the line again. She's gone 1 for 2 on both of her trips.
Maddie Bishop picking up her 3rd personal foul, so yet another player they're going to have to be cognizant of foul trouble-wise, although 4th quarter of a playoff game you're trailing, you might just throw all caution into the wind.
Holly misses both free throws. Rare double miss for her. We've seen a couple of those for Mountaineer players. Bishop for 3. No good. Rebound collected by the Lions, but out of bounds did go Melina Lopez, so the Mountaineers take back possession. Feels like we're watching the Super Bowl once again as where is Drake May? It seems to be both teams having dominant defensive games. But the Mountaineers having the better offense as the quarter slowly comes to an end with a minute to go. Ross kicks it out. Oliver, her 3-pointer short. Dahawi keeps it alive. Dahawi attacking. Layup no good, no foul called. Does go out of bounds, so the Mountaineers keep possession with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock.
And every possession, they're just stretching it out as much as they can. Second chance opportunities, fighting for loose balls. This Lampton team looks like they are having no fun.
As Lopez swats that away into her coach. It goes out of bounds with 5 seconds on the dot on the shot clock, Matt. 32 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ross on the inbound, and we'll need to find someone for maybe a quick shot.
Maybe using Joanna Smith as a bit of a distraction right there.
As Ross can't get it inbound, so the Mountaineers turn it over, giving maybe a chance for the Lions if they go quick to get a 2 for 1. Bernard, 30 seconds to go in the 3rd. She finds Bishop. Bishop makes the 3. Now she drives. Started by Smith. Now Grant with it. Grant down low to Lopez. Oliver deflects it and steals it. Now Sophie with it. No shot clock on. 10 seconds to go in the 3rd. Sophie. 5 seconds to go. She attacks. Her layup no good, off the hands of Bishop with 1.1 to go.
One chance to get a screen, maybe get somebody open. As Lampton standing tall there, trying to keep this one within punching distance as we head into the 4th.
Oliver finds Sophie at the buzzer. In and out. Maybe a bit of a game saver for the Lions as after the 3rd quarter, finally a lead for either team. It is not 2, it is 6 for the Mountaineers.
And it was...
We'll have a look at some highlights.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see lots, but the name of the game was steals and defense. I mean, Lampton just not really having an opportunity to get into this quarter at all. And Mohawk finally finding a bit of consistency offensively, although still a little bit troubled at times.
Definitely still some struggles, but when you're up by 6, as long as no one is scoring, you're okay. We'll have to see what happens in the 4th quarter. Definitely the Lions will look to make changes of their own. Mountaineers have thrived in this zone defense game plan. 3-2 zone, 3 on the perimeter, 2 down low, with everybody switching when the ball goes into the corner, and it's led to plenty of turnovers and interceptions.
Well, their rivals, the Humber Hawks, cruising to a win against Algonquin, currently in the 4th quarter in that matchup. Fanshawe already securing a place in the Final Four, so it looks like it will be Humber joining them. Mohawk wants to be the 3rd member to join that club in the Final Four, and then it'll be between St. Clair and Loyalist. So the semifinal starting to shape up. Mohawk obviously wants to book their ticket to be a part of that round, and they got 10 more minutes of basketball to hold on to this lead and put away a pesky Lampton team that's, I think, regardless of how the game finishes, overachieved against the overwhelming favorite in the powerhouse Mountaineers. They had the lead a lot of the game. They had Mohawk on the back foot. But the Mountaineers showing that it takes more than 2 good quarters or a good quarter and a half to put away this basketball team.
This game definitely the only quarterfinal game far from over. Mountaineers only up by 6. St. Clair and Loyalists playing tomorrow. As you said, Matt, the Final Four starting to shape up as we will, maybe after this quarter, find out which team will be the third. Joining that, now Bernard hasn't taken many shots. Didn't take any shots, I think, in the third quarter. As Grant's pass right through Brighton, who subs on, as now here comes Smith. Sophie. To DeHawi. She takes the pass. She drives. Her layup is good, and the Mountaineers up by 8. Biggest lead of the game for either team.
Her first field goal maker of the game, if you can believe it, Harrison. A few points on free throws, but that's the first one she's made cleanly.
Layup no good that time from Wilson as the struggles continue for both teams, more specifically at the moment for Lampton. Sophie to DeHawi. DeHawi, she attacks again. Her layup is good again! 10-point lead. Finally, the Mountaineers break through, and it's the 6th woman of the year who made one mistake in the first, and since then has been terrific on both ends of the floor.
She did it defensively all third quarter, and now getting her cookies on the offensive end.
Bishop forces that 3 in response, but it doesn't go. Now Sophie, a chance to continue to add to the lead. Oliver, down low. DeHawi again! Takeover activated! Timeout call!
Misses fourth quarter over here. 3 straight baskets made, extending this lead to 12 points, the biggest of the basketball game, and she's getting all kinds of props from her teammates there, and well-deserved. She has put on a season-defining performance, I'd say, for her.
Oliver as well, give credit to her on that last pass. That had to be perfect. DeHawi was already moving, almost a no-looker. She does it to perfection, and now, finally, Matt, what did we say? Once the Mountaineers start scoring layups, we could see them start to pull away. I don't think it'll be a blowout.
No.
But they could pull away and get in a more comfortable lead, and they've done just that to start the fourth quarter.
And Lambton's just been weathering this storm for 3 quarters and change, as we get a look at the DeHawi highlights here. And finally the dam is breaking, like you said. Finally we have, I don't know if we've had 3 straight possessions with a field goal in general made for either team, and that's been indicative on the scoreboard. It's been so tight, but now it seems that Mohawks found their stride.
They may have, and now maybe a press, maybe a fake press from the Mountaineers. Does seem like a real one is Grant. We'll bring it up immediately for the Lions. Grant has it tipped away, and the Lions will keep possession in desperate need of their first 2 points of the fourth. I think that run was definitely not what they wanted in the beginning of the fourth and final quarter as the Mountaineers explode to a 12-point lead thanks to DeHawi. Bishop now, guarded by Anderson. Bishop, floater is good as finally Lions on the board.
And she'll be the woman to get her team back even if they can mount that comeback. It's going to have to be off the fingertips of Maddie Bishop.
Smith fakes a 3 but gets called on the travel. And now the Lions take back possession off an unforced Mountaineer error, giving them a chance maybe to get back into the game. They are in a press. I'd like to see them go back to the zone as it worked so well, but I guess Coach Radakanen doesn't want to give the Lions a chance to adjust. Bernard. Wilson, 3 is good, and just like that, the lead back down to 7.
Just when you thought this might start to wrap up and feel like the Mountaineers game to lose, the Lambton Lions with a couple of good possessions.
A 5-point swing for the Lions as DeHawi can't make that layup to go as now Wilson attacks. Her pass down low and the layup is good from Bernard. 5-point lead now. A huge run for the Lions. Smith picks it up. Her three-pointer, way off. Anderson does get the rebound, turns with the layup, no basket, but a foul called on the floor.
So a chaotic couple minutes cut this lead almost in half, or more than in half. After being up 12 points, it's just 5 now. There's never a dull moment in the OCAA playoffs.
As soon as the Mountaineers start pulling away, good timeout called by Janine Day. So the Lions get their team to reset, and just like that, they cut the lead back down to 5. Anderson back to Smith. Smith off the screen attacks. Goes for the layup, no good. Anderson the rebound, her effort is good. Big points in return, something we haven't seen really from either team when one goes on a run. Huge make from Anderson to put the lead back to 7. That pass off the face of Grant. DeHawi with another steal, but she just steps out of bounds.
And still breaks up the play. Disappointing to step out of bounds there, but she looks like the most energized player on the basketball court after what has been a really hard-fought basketball game. She has tons of juice left, and she is just causing headache after headache as we see Britton's back in there after being out for a time. And Joanna Smith becoming frustrated in this quarter.
Smith picks up the foul that time as Williams gets ready to come back into the game. Lead at 7 as Oliver subs out for Williams. As you said, Brighton back into this one. Obviously, only needing, I think, 1, maybe 2 fouls to be out of the game. Grant now attacks. Hands it off to Bishop. Bishop, no room. She'll make her own room as she drives off the hands of Williams. As the Lions do keep possession with 0.4 on the clock. That is the actual amount that is the amount of time you have to get a shot up. That's what the scientists have decided. Anything other than 0.4, it's impossible to get at the shot. As contact is made, so the Lions keep possession in the game. Or the shot clock should reset back to 14 thanks to the foul. Bishop now, definitely feeling a lot more time now. Grant has it, loses it. Smith picks it up, battle for the loose ball, and finally the Mountaineers will take back possession after a great defensive effort.
It's been, obviously we talk about DeHawi playing out of her mind defensively, but it's really been 1 through 5, no matter who's on the court. You can tell everyone has locked in and stepped into a different gear on that end of the court.
Smith now with it, kicks it out to DeHawi. DeHawi kicks it out, Sophie fakes the 3, now attacks. Back outside, DeHawi fakes the 3 again. She'll take a mid-range jumper, no good. Anderson the rebound. Anderson layup, no good. Off the hands of Grant, then off the hands of Bernard. Grant picks it up, almost goes out of bounds. Anderson picks it up, she gets pushed. No foul called. So the Lions take back possession.
This one's been chippy, and everyone's just kind of got to shake it off and run back down the court because we are in the 4th quarter of a really close game.
Grant for 3, no good. Brighton battling with Williams, and it goes up on Williams' hands last, so the Lions will get possession on the sidelines with Chung coming back in, this time for Smith. Frustration for the Mountaineers as they probably had a few calls that could have gone their way, not gone their way. Cambridge for the Lions gets ready to sub back in as well. Bernard steps out of bounds, so the Mountaineers take back possession again now.
And for a team that averaged the most points in the whole OCAA, I believe, the Mountaineers playing exceptionally well in a low-scoring back and forth defensive affair. Not what I don't think anybody would have forecasted if you were making predictions about how this one was going to play out, no matter what you thought or who you thought the winner would be.
Holly to Sophie, down low to Williams. Williams spin move, layup won't go. Gets her own rebound, second effort is good. 9-point lead.
Tiffany Williams. Tiffany Williams absolutely doing it all herself on that one. There was some confusion after the whistle.
Delay of game on one of the Mountaineer players. Maybe because she hit the ball after her mate. Common call, it's the only thing I can think of.
I think you're probably right there.
There's Wilson. Attacks the middle, goes for the layup, no good, and a foul called. No! A charge! So the Mountaineers take it right back. First charge we've seen all game as Sophie does her job.
And that's number 5 for Simone Wilson. That's probably going to be just about the end of her night unless we see this one get really close again and they need her in the dying moments. But right now they need to get to that stage first by slowing down the Mountaineers and finding a way to not turn the ball over.
Sophie to DeHolly. DeHolly, back Williams, open jumper. She's got it! Takeover activated as she gets the bounce. An 11-point lead is reclaimed. Bernard attacking. And Sophie forces the turnover. No.
Forces the jump ball, but the possession will stay with the Lambton Lions. But Williams and Howie, fourth quarter, like you said, I think a takeover is an apt description, as there will be a timeout called for Lampton, who once again find themselves down double-digit points with time slipping through their fingers.
Time slipping through their fingers. Those smiles we saw, Matt, in the end of the second quarter have disappeared as they had another great run, cutting the lead back to 5, but the Mountaineers with 6 points again to take back an 11-point lead. So we'll have a look at a Maddie Anderson graphic where she ranks basically tied for 3rd in points in the OCAA. That is impressive to say the least.
Yeah, right there in that top 5. Not only that, but I think what she's proven today is she earned that Player of the Year award not just from scoring the basketball, which she has no problem doing, I must say, as we saw on that graphic, but it's passing, it's defense,
Leadership.
and leadership. I think that's honestly the most important part. She used to be an assistant coach on the team, so you know the players she's playing with have her respect, and I think she also earns it on the court every single time she plays and puts on that jersey. And she's got them poised for a semifinal berth, barring Lampton having yet another burst of momentum and another twist or turn to this game.
Under 5 minutes to go now. Cambridge tries to pass it off. Anderson picks up the steal. Another stop for the Mountaineers. A mistake from the Lions, and now a chance maybe to continue to add to their 11-point lead. Chung. Down low to Anderson. Turning shot. No good. Williams, the rebound. She's got another. First it was DeHolly taking over, and now it's Williams. 13-point lead for the Mountaineers, biggest of the game.
Not much they can do.
Cambridge out in the corner, Bishop for 3. She's got it. A big make to cut the lead back to 10. 3-pointers could become Cambridge's ace in the hole. However, both teams have struggled in consistently making them so far today. Chung attacking. Layup. She's got it. Return fire as Selena Chung attacks.
Return fire in a return game for Selena Chung.
First game we have seen in a very long time as she'd sustained an injury. Now Hinge to Bernard. Bernard attacks Sophie. Turning jumper, no good, off the hands of Brighton, and the Mountaineers pick it up again. subs coming in for the Lambton Lions, as well as Kendra Oliver coming in for Williams.
What a performance for Tiffany Williams here in the fourth quarter.
Now Sophie to Chung. Chung finds Anderson. Back to Sophie again. Now Oliver with it. Oliver makes the jumper. Bit of a hook shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, still no good. Can't get the rebound again. It will go out of bounds, but the Mountaineers do keep possession.
So the hero of the third quarter battling here in the fourth is we're going to see Trafford for the first time in this game, subbing out Chung. Maybe Coach Radakanu breathing a little easier as he digs deeper into his bench.
That pass from Anderson just goes far, under 3 minutes to go. 12-point lead for the Mountaineers, who have dominated the second half defensively, even when they have struggled offensively. The points for the Lions have disappeared as that one stolen away easily by Anderson. She'll slow things down. Now Sophie. Sophie finds Smith in the corner. Smith attacks. Floater is good. Now quickly on the break, Cambridge. She'll slow things down now. Gianna Cambridge outside to Lopez. Lopez, double spin move to Bishop. Bishop and an offensive foul called. The Mountaineers take back possession. And a timeout called by Coach Radakanu, as he knows his team probably needs a breather in a game where they have taken control. That's something that we thought might happen.
We thought it would only be a matter of time, and it turned out that was the case. I mean, there's still loads of game time left, not as much as you'd like if you're Lampton, of course. So I don't want to count chickens and before they hatch, eggs before they hatch, whatever you want to, however you want to slice the saying. But to me, from what we're seeing, Mohawk has fully asserted their control on what's going on out there on the floor. I would find it highly improbable that Lampton finds a way to come back, unless Maddie Bishop has an explosion shooting from the three-point line. But so far, no one's really shot well from the three-point line. There's only been 6 in the entire game. Lampton's shooting under 25% from that range, and Maddie Bishop, she's made 2, but she's not, her percentage is not great, and it's going to have to be perfect if they want to get back into this one with the limited amount of clock they have left to work with.
They want to save their season. Anderson on the inbound to Sophie. Sophie now attacks down low the left side. Finds Oliver in the post. Oliver kicks it out. Anderson for 3. Short, gets her own miss. Kicks it out back to Smith. Smith to Oliver. Anderson again. Anderson, Sophie for 3. And it gets stuck in the net.
The ladder out, guys. Oh, never mind. We've got a big man on the scene. The coach can still get up there. No ladder needed when your coach is a former NCAA basketball player.
You can't teach that height as... I don't think we've seen a ball get stuck. Like, I think we saw one get stuck on top of the backboard,
yeah,
but not jammed in like that. As Oliver. Jumper is good from Sophie.
Make it 15 on the day for Kendra Oliver. 15 points, 15 rebounds in a superb performance.
The Mountaineers, in what has been a close game all the way in the last couple minutes, have pulled away. Up now by 14?
16.
16. That was close.
You're almost there. Hey, we're commentators,
Almost.
not mathematicians for a reason.
Yep. Don't ask me anything about math. As soon as they added letters, I'm out. It's Bishop now. Quickly off. Cambridge. Trafford still on the floor. Lopez. Off the switch. Cambridge staying right with her. She'll take a jumper. No good. Smith the rebound. Almost loses it.
Oh, huge rebound for Smith, though. And that size disadvantage has plagued Lampton more and more as this game's gone on.
In a game where the Mountaineers haven't been perfect, they've been good when they've had to be in the fourth. As Anderson with a acrobatic layup gets it to roll as it's now an 18-point lead. Cambridge attacks. He pulls back, finds Newcomb. The Lions desperately needing points and definitely needing three. Cambridge attacks, a minute to go. There's a foul called, and that'll send her to the line for two. Standing ovation for Smith and Sophie, who have basically played the entire game. And blink and you miss it. Usually the Mountaineers, we see them pull away in about the end of the first, maybe beginning of the second. They did it in clutch time in the fourth, as they will punch their ticket to the semifinals. As Trafford back to Oliver. Oliver to Trafford. Trafford in the corner, down low. Anderson with the move. And too many steps, maybe, for the Lions. Pick up possession once again. Bishop. To Brighton. Outside now. It's Bishop again. Her layup is good on the floater. That time from Newcomb. 25 to go. Fox, who's checked into the game. To Chung. Trafford in the corner. We'll pull out to Anderson. Anderson will give it to Oliver as the clock will wind down. The Mountaineers clutch up and wipe the smiles off the face of the Lions after being down in the first. Coming back in the second quarter. They do survive and clutch up when they needed to. Moving on to the semi-finals. As the also familiar, all we do is win plays, as we'll have a look back at the fourth quarter. As the Mountaineers had an explosive start to it, as Dahawi with tons of buckets, and then it was Williams after her. The women will not succumb to the pressure after their earlier loss in the season. They move on to the semifinals, into the top four, punching their ticket to another day of basketball. The Lions, it was a hard-fought battle, played all the way through in a very great game, showing that sometimes your record, even though only 8-8, they played like a top 3 team that the Mountaineers have played all season. As we will have a post-game interview with Matt Jandrew with probably the entire Mountaineer team.
Thank you, Harrison. I'm here with Tiffany Williams after a big playoff win. First off, Tiffany, you guys come off of what's essentially a bye week. How did you guys stay focused? How did you stay prepared with that extended break before this one?
I think just doing what we always do and staying true to ourselves and try, like, we work our asses off in that gym, and it's showing up on the court, and we're going to do it again and again, and we're going to do it next game, and we're going to do the game the next.
You guys had to fight back from a back and forth first half.
You were trailing for a while. What can you say about this team's grit and their heart? Because you guys played with so much of it today, and you came back and looked amazing. What can you say about that?
I think we always look back because we're just one big family. Yeah, there's kind of my girls here.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, the entire Mountaineer women's basketball team. As you can still see, the VIP ticket into the Final Four of OCAA women's playoff basketball. That'll do it for me and Matt. We will see you next time.